All right. And thanks, Jose.
I was expecting something else.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you, Jose. I don't mean it. Yep. With that being said, we will go ahead and we will transition into the podcast episode starting in three, two, one. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Yapcast podcast. We're here with another episode, and we are going to be coming back talking about college life and a little bit more about relationships. You might see some old faces, you might see some new faces, but I'm sure you're gonna get to know all of them pretty well. My name is Alex, I'm your host, and we're gonna do this popcorn style like we always do. I will popcorn it over, well, actually throw a couple popcorns over to Jose. If I if you could give me your name, your major, a college or the college that you go to, or at least the type of college that you attend, and why you chose the college you're attending. Take it away, Jose.
Name's Jose. I'm a finance major at USF. Um, I'm going to USF because it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me some good support financially, and it's close to my crib. So
Real popcorn means you, unless you ate all of them, but you might want to.
all right, bro. Fuck you. Um, I'll popcorn it over to Juan. Yeah.
So, I'm Juan. I don't attend college right now. Um, I used to be a culinary major, but then we finished. So, I just, hang out at home. And yeah,
For sure, bro.
just
Okay. Hi, I'm Angelika. I currently go to CCSF. Reason why I'm there, because I feel like that's a good financial, for me, financially, it's the best way to go. And I'm planning to transfer. A couple of years. I'm gonna be a nursing major, so I'm looking towards going to USF. So that's the goal I want to go to. And yeah. Caitlyn.
Hey, I'm Caitlyn. I'm also at CCSF, and I'm there because I applied as a CS major and I got like waitlisted everywhere. Didn't get in anywhere, so I'm at City College. But now I'm a business economics major, and I am trying to get out of the city, like go to SoCal, more specifically like UC San Diego
Mm.
or anywhere in San Diego. Hey, Joseph.
Hi everyone, Joseph. Go to Columbia University, poli sci major, and I chose Columbia. Good financial aid options. I wanna select the best university for like career dreams in the future, and because New York's just a fun city with a lot of stuff to do. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys. And my name is Alex, your host. I go to Reed College in Oregon. I am a psychology major. And the reason why I chose my college is I heard the psychology major is ranked in one of the top three in the state or in the nation. And also the financial aid was pretty banging. With that being said,
Nice.
we cover a wide range of different academic areas, different schools, different places. Um, and with that being said, we'll just jump right in, right? I would like to first start off with kind of the biggest thing to talk about, which would be academic, which would be academics. Um, academics look a lot different for each and every one of us. So if somebody wants to go ahead and start off, basically just talk about, have you faced any particular challenges when it comes to classes, successes? How is it different from high school for you? Is it even different from high school? Is it easier? Is it harder? And just navigating the different academic aspects in college life as a freshman.
I can't go back to high school.
But-
I no like classes were like for like at some point in like high school I had classes from like 7:50 to like 4,
mm,
and I'm like I can't do that anymore.
right.
I literally I can't even like have the willpower to show up to my 9 a.m. class. My one 9 a.m. 15-minute class. I can't.
I get that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, yeah, you're so right though. No, you explained this before, but just having like the difference, like, I don't understand how I went to school from whatever
Mm-hmm.
like 8
Mm-hmm.
to whatever 2:40,
Mm-hmm.
2:50, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I also like struggle with my morning classes as well. My first class is around like 10, and sometimes I'll have to, I'm a little sick. I can't come in today. I can't.
Right?
I can't do none of that. But
For real.
what about the rest of y'all?
Mm.
Mm. I don't know. I can't believe I was taking like 6, 7 classes at high
Oh
school.
yeah.
Like I barely take like 4 the most at TCSF. And
Mm,
that's
Yeah.
already like enough for me. So I
Mhm.
definitely did not miss that part of high school.
No, yeah. And then imagine like, yeah, we actually had like APs that we had to take and study for
Oh
the
crazy.
God,
exam.
Yeah.
Like
that's insane.
I can't do that anymore. Like I no, like I haven't taken like I mean, I took solid exams like last semester, but they weren't like exams that were like, I don't know. I'm never gonna have to do another AP exam again, right?
Mm.
So like I can't study for a big exam like that
No,
anymore.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Understandable.
I mean, Joseph, how about you? You go to Columbia University. Explain how that's like academically.
Mm. Mm.
There's a big,
No, yeah. Oh. Mm. No, yeah. Like you guys said, like it's weird. I also think about that. Like, how could I? Because when I was at Reardon, like I got there like early, like 7:50 to do other stuff, and now I can't. My earliest class is at like 10:10 always.
Mm,
So even then, sometimes I wake up at like 9:30. Obviously, like fuck it, I can't do this.
right.
I'm just gonna skip. I don't care. No, but like academics wise, it's a challenge. I only have 2 classes per day, but like I've realized that even though it's 2 classes, time in college is like so finite. Like time just runs by every day, and like there's less homework to do. Well, for me, at least for me,
Mm-hmm.
there's least homework to do in theory. Like you might have 2 things to do,
Yeah,
one for
yeah.
each class, but like it takes up so much more of your time. And then with like going to each class, getting food in the dining hall, going to the library and studying, like your day is just basically gone. And yeah, and the classes are harder.
Mm.
Um, it's definitely a step up from like reading level wise. You have to do a lot more analysis, and I feel like some people have it easier here than others because they've gone through like they've been through like more rigorous curriculums
Oh, I see.
than I would say Reardon was. So it's definitely a challenge, but second semester, finished the first one good, so just grinding through it. Yeah.
At least schedule wise, you would say it's a little bit better than your high school
Oh yeah,
schedule.
cause last cause this year I end or this semester I go from 10 to 2 every day.
Okay.
Last semester I had 10 to 2, but then a class until from 6 to 7, so that
Huh.
fucked up my day a lot.
Yeah.
Cause it was finish in the afternoon, a weird period in the middle, and then the class at night, so that was weird.
Yeah.
But this semester's way better,
Honestly,
way
same.
better.
Like, dude, I have for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I only have one class. So
Wow.
Wednesday, yeah, I have 10 to 10:50. Thursday is 3:10 to 4:30, and that's like an archaeology class. So it's literally just like an hour of lecture, and then another like conference based class on Friday from 10 to 10:50, and then I'm free to go. Definitely a lot of differences with schedule and stuff. Juan, if you want to jump in culinary school, that's like a lot different from what other people have experienced.
Oh, so culinary school, like you don't really get like have a chance to like sit down, right?
Right.
So that's like way different from like what I was used to,
Mm-hmm.
because like classes and chairs and whatever. So like I feel like I got tired faster,
Right.
but my schedule I feel like is better because or was better because like classes were like from 2 to like
Mm-hmm.
6, so I had like time to wake up and then time to get ready.
Mm.
So I was like really grateful for like that time. Like it gave me a lot of wiggle room to like do whatever I
Right.
wanted. Yeah. But like back in like America, I woke up at 5 every morning and then I would arrive at school at like 7:30.
Oh damn, yeah.
And basically like I had no time.
Mm.
My schedule was like wake up, shower, eat, and then leave.
Mhm.
But here it's like wake up and then just like go on my phone for like an hour and then eat and then shower.
I see.
Mm.
So I think the schedule is like a big like change.
Mm. Cool, dude. How about you, Jose? What have you experienced academically?
I mean, in terms of academics, I think it's kind of similar because, like,
Mm.
I would say, well, the only difference I see in my classes is that, like, it's more academically rigorous. You know, it's a little more difficult.
Mhm.
That's not like really a problem. What I will say is that it's really similar to Reardon because, like, the class sizes are smaller, and I'm kind of like forced to like remember who my classmates are, so I'm not really just like going to a lecture and not paying attention to anybody because I'm normally forced to like work with like the same group of people.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it makes me know people. It gets me to like know other people. So I'd say it's kind of similar. And I'm also like waking up at the same time because I schedule my classes earlier. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
Do you have like afternoon classes though? Or is it like you
I
just
got like,
finish?
well, every day I'm like ending, latest I'll end is like 2:50,
Oh, that's
and
good.
then on Monday I have like a business class and I end like at 6. That's like
Mm.
the latest I'll get out. But it's just like every Monday, so it's not that bad.
For sure, bro. Honestly, so I wanted to hear we talked about kind of like the rigor that comes with college life, especially as first years. I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit more, talk about how everyone's workload is, because personally for me, my workload is pretty massive compared to the class that I have. I only have 3 classes, but each class is very like essay intensive, reading intensive. I wonder if you have had like different experiences with workload in classes, similar experiences.
It's
Well,
really easy.
It's really
yeah.
easy. Um,
That
bro,
must be
Damn.
nice.
No,
I
like
mean,
compared to like my high school, it's really easy. Like,
mm,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, and then like, I mean, because I'm taking, you guys are like talking about all like Alex, you're talking about your one class in one day. I have one class every single day. That's it, from
oh,
like 9:10 to 10, and then like
Are you
that's like
taking any online?
yeah, because the rest are
Oh, okay,
online.
that makes sense.
But
oh, okay.
the problem with online classes is that like they have so many discussions. Like yeah, like discussions on Canvas, but like I don't know, it's all like due
I
Sundays.
hate
Like
those.
yeah,
I
Those
hate
are
those
so
discussion
bad.
clubs.
I
I hate
know.
those.
Yeah,
I
Like
hate
if
those. I
you see
hate
like
those. I
BS.
hate
if you
those.
see like on Sunday,
Mm.
it's just like 10 assignments are just lined up, and it's not that they're difficult assignments. It's just that they're like tedious to do because like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, reply like with a certain amount of words and then reply
Reply to
to a
20
classmate or reply to
Yeah.
at least 2 classmates. I'm like,
Yep. Yep.
okay, why? Like I don't think anyone's gonna look at it. I mean,
Mm.
like I don't think I don't know, whatever. I don't know. Like applying to each other's class, like I don't. Yeah, I hate discussions.
I mean, Joseph, how about you? You know, you have the I don't know. Is the workload pretty intensive at Columbia?
Yeah. If I can show you how many books I have to read this semester,
All right.
I'm dead ass not joking. This is
A
all
lot.
the
One
stuff I have
semester?
to read. This is
Oh,
one semester.
what classes are you taking?
This is one semester. This is full on there. This all I have to read all of this.
Did you buy
And
all of
it's
them?
not like it's not like well, barely. I'm barely this is for the whole semester. But it's not like back in high school where, for example, when we had to read like a book in literature class, oh, read one chapter per day and like blah blah blah. You have to read like a good for example, for this book, like Don Quixote, you have to read like a full on 200 pages between 2 days,
Right.
which is insane.
That is insane.
And
One book
like
per day.
One book per
huh?
day.
Columbia.
One book per day.
No, you say that's true. That's in theory, but then you have all the other stuff to do, which is like just
Are those like
takes time out of
novels
your
or are
day
they
and
like
time.
academic books? Like are they like Harry Potter or like
No, it's. Ugh, I wish it was Harry Potter. I wish it was Harry Potter. No, it's like classical text, like Don Quixote, like
Oh,
Song
I
of
know that one.
Solomon.
We all know that
It's
one.
like
Yep.
old. It's like old like Europe. It's like old European text that we
Everyone
have to
knows
read,
that.
and it's like
Oh,
it's like a general requirement that all students have to do, so we just have to go through it. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's a general requirement.
different. Yeah. So yeah, there's no way. There's no way out of this.
Oh damn.
Would I have taken this class?
Oh, what class?
It's literature humanities. So it's just literature from like
I have
European
humanities as
stuff.
well. And that's like
So it's probably the
I
same
have
thing.
the same. No, that's the one where I was like, bro, it's my first week here, and I already have to read the Epic of Gilgamesh in 1 week. Like that's
Dude, we had to read the Iliad for the summer. and
I
had
had
it
to read
ready
the
for the
Iliad
first.
as
I was
well.
like, this is
Yeah,
insane. Really?
I read
Oh
the Iliad as
God.
well.
Do you remember anything? I don't.
I didn't even read it. My Hume teacher
Oh.
actually told me, like she recognized how rigorous the classes are, and she was like,
Mhm.
"Have you learned about? Have you skimmed a book yet?" And I thought she was gonna like press me. I was like, "Oh no, I like read everything." And then she was like, "You should start skimming." And I'm like, oh, "Okay."
That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
the thing. My professor said like, in high school we're like, oh, you shouldn't read Spark Notes or Shmoop because you should do the reading by yourself. But she was like, no, you guys should like read Shmoop and Spark Notes before and then like skim through the reading so you can understand. I'm like, oh, it was
Chat GPT summaries.
different. It was different to what I was used to, but I mean, it does
Oh.
help because
Yeah.
like it streamlined it
reading the
somehow.
book.
What happened?
I've survived my AP English classes without reading the book.
Oh,
like
same.
ever.
I have
That's
to.
Like I just read Spark Notes, and that's like what'll survive. If I need to find a quote, I'll be like, okay, what quote? Look
Yeah.
it up.
Mhm.
Look up
Mhm.
what quote like applies to blah blah blah. And like usually it'll just give it to you.
Yeah. Honestly though, like me not reading like reading any of the books for like my AP classes and stuff developed this really bad habit for me where now that I have so much to read, it's so hard for me to actually get
Yes.
into reading.
Yep.
My attention span is so bad. Like thank God for ChatGPT summaries and I don't use it to write my essays. Disclaimer.
read college. Read
Listen,
college.
you listening? Like,
I think it's just like what
We
they
do
give
not
us is too
endorse
boring.
ChatGPT.
what happened?
What they give us is just too boring.
Oh, well,
Yes.
yeah.
Like I can read. I love reading, but it's
Mhm.
just like I can't like sit through like Shakespeare. Like I can't even understand half of what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like
Shakespeare
can't.
jargon.
yeah, exactly. But like at least for like I don't know. I mean, I didn't really mind reading the Iliad either.
It was okay.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't mind it. I didn't mind it, but it was just like tedious, like we said, like
Yeah.
Assign us Harry
I think
Potter,
reading
man.
so much.
it's more entertaining to watch videos. I only know what happened like through the videos. Like look up like cartoon explaining videos and we like
Wait,
watch a movie.
that's like an actual like study thing though.
Yeah.
Like just to like see things visually, helping you remember. Like honestly, that's like a lot better for me personally than just.
I
I
don't
don't. I wanted to be that student so bad. For the first week of Gilgamesh, I had my highlighter out. I was annotating, and literally my notebook has 2 pages of full-on annotations. Every other page is blank. I didn't use that notebook for the rest of the semester. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But
That was my English notebook too.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah,
like,
I
last month.
highlighted stuff and then just progressively did not care.
and dude,
I have not highlighted since.
wait, Juan, what does the workload look like in culinary school? Do you have to turn in your steak by 11:59, or what is it? You know.
No, okay, so like we don't get homework, right? But it's like,
Uh-huh.
and it's not hard. The like work is not hard. It's just like we're put under like so much pressure to like get it done and to like get it to taste good.
So so your stuff is, I mean, well, it makes sense for your stuff to be due like by the end of the class or whatever. Is it like that type
Yeah,
of thing?
Do
Okay,
you
what's
guys
like?
ever
Oh no, go ahead.
do you guys ever like cook for like specific like groups? Or like
oh no.
specific like oh no.
Have you? What's like the best thing you've cooked in culinary school? Flex on us real quick. What was it? Beef Wellington?
No.
Ooh.
Medium
Gordon
rare,
Ramsay.
well done. How we talking?
Okay, wait. What's the hardest thing you've cooked then?
Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but fucking dinner rolls.
Dinner
Like,
rolls?
yes.
Oh wait, I can
It's
see
like
that.
I couldn't get like the form like
Form?
good.
Oh.
Yeah, like like the brown shape on like the flat bottom
Uh,
and a good crust.
just like I don't know. Like that looks sus, but like you just like because you know how the top is like round, so you just put it and you just like
No, there's like a method.
really. What was the method? Can you like do your little hand signal, or can you air it out? Oh, oh.
It's like
Oh,
And like for big one,
demonstration.
For the big one, you gotta
then
go like
you
this.
gotta go.
Alex, how? Alex, how?
Bro, like I'm doing what he's
I gotta
doing.
do it?
You just gotta, I don't know, like for one hand he was doing this. You might as well. I mean, how about for you, Jose? How was, you know,
A workload.
yeah, workload? I mean, you mentioned it a little bit, but
I mean, I'd say it's like balanced in a sense. Like
okay.
I wouldn't say it's like too easy, but it also isn't like too extremely difficult. I'm able to just, I guess, like do these assignments, turn them in, and still have time to do things.
Mm,
What I will say, what I like about the assignments, at least for like, I guess, like my writing classes, is that it's effort graded in
mm-hmm.
the sense that like they read the content, they tell us, but it's not really graded on the content. It's just graded if we meet the requirements. So I think that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Like
okay.
normally, I remember catering my papers towards like my teachers, but now it's not really a thing over there. So overall,
Interesting.
it's just like it's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more group projects than it is like homework in a
Right.
sense in terms of the workload. A lot of the work we're doing is in class and in groups because they really want to like emphasize that community bonding thing in our classes.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the stuff we do at home isn't that bad either. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, at least going off of that, like, it's harder, but like, at least for my professors, like, for one science class I had last semester, like, you had to turn in your homework, you could like bomb it, like full on bomb it, get a 0 on it, but then if you at least did it and tried, to give you 100% on it.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So at least if you
What?
like did all of the problems and you full on got like a 3 or something, dude, I am so bad at math. I got like 10 out of 17 or whatever, and he still gave me a full credit on everything. But then
Awesome.
for this
And he has a phone
but
number
then
or something like.
he's new. He's new. Everyone loves him. He's new.
Yeah.
But then for this literature class, also like our midterm and final is like graded in our favor. Our two papers is like graded in our favor. So like whichever one you do on is like you get your grade boost off of that. So like
Mm-hmm.
it is harder. It's college, but like there's still like Jose said, like that emphasis of like a new way of learning of like yeah, just a new way of learning of like rewarding effort instead of like a harsh binary letter grade.
Man, I don't even know how my school grades me because they don't give me my grades. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, I find out at the end of the semester. I found out at the end
No,
of the
I have to
semester,
pay.
like my full on grade.
I have to
You have to
pay
what?
for my transcript. If I want to see my grades at the end of the semester, I'm
Oh
paying like
wow,
$5. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So and I don't
that's crazy.
I I don't get letter
Screw my grades.
grades. I don't get letter grades.
Yeah, $5.
Like
I'll buy food or something. I'm not
no,
wasting that.
I'll
Bro.
literally like after like an essay or a project, I will get probably 2 paragraphs of feedback and no letter grade. And
Mm.
there's been like
Wait, like a grade. You have to pay for your final semester grade or for each assignment to get your grade.
oh no, for my final
Oh, okay, I was
no
about
no
to
no
say.
Sean.
That'd be
Okay,
insane. You
Oh,
gotta
that
pay
would
for
be
each
terrible.
assignment.
But like yeah, so
You'll be paying them like $20 a week.
my school has like horror
Spend your money, bro.
stories. There's horror stories where like kids will or students will get feedback and the professor will make it sound like they absolutely bombed the test. And so for the full semester, they're literally thinking like, oh
Mhm.
my god, I'm literally screwed. And at the end of the semester, they're like, oh, I have like an A in the class after they
Mhm.
paid their little $5.
Ah.
So I couldn't live with
Mm.
that anxiety. You know, the way they advertise this kind of method is like, oh, we don't want students to think about their grades. We want them to focus on feedback and learning. I'm like, bro, my grandparents don't focus on feedback and learning. Like they're
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
you think they text me thinking about how's your mental health? No, they don't. What are you talking about? Dude, no, they ask how my grades are. What do you mean? It's not the same.
How's the health of your grades? How's that?
What would they say,
Man.
Alex? Reenact the conversation. What would they
Man,
ask
mental
you?
health
What
is
would
like
they
a
ask?
curse word for them, bro. What do you mean mental health? Like they don't know what that means. Like what do you they don't dude, I'm telling you. Actually, you know, going off of that, now that we're on this topic, I kind of wanted to dive into kind of, you know, your parental figures' kind of expectations on, you know, your academics, and how it's, you know, I assume it's just as scary for parents, for their son or daughter to be a first year in a college. So you know, what kind of feedback have you gotten from your parental figures in terms of, your academics or your social life or whatever. I'm sure we can all speak on something.
I
Honestly,
think. Oh, you can go. Go on.
no, go. You go first.
Okay. I think my parents are just glad that I'm going to college
Hmm.
and that I have a plan, like a base plan of what I do, what I want to do in the future. Because, like being in like a Filipino household, growing up, they always had this like expectation you need to do well. And middle school, I was like stellar. Like I was a stellar student. In high school, like that's when my mental health was like really at its lowest point, especially when COVID started and we were doing like online classes and my grades tanked and they were not recoverable. Like there was no way I was gonna recover it. So that's why I went to CCSF because I just thought that was the best plan. And then when I talked to my parents, they're just like glad like that I'm taking the course of going to CCSF and that I have like a major that I want to go into, which is nursing.
Mhm.
So that in their mind is already like I guess it's relieving them. It's like a relief that I'm not gonna like drop out or do anything that is like disapproving to them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Same goes for my parents too. Honestly, I think they kind of gave up on me, or they didn't give up on me, but they don't like monitor me as much as they monitor my
Right.
sister, because I think they're like, oh, okay, younger sibling's more important. Like she's good off on her own. Like at least she's going to school and like trying to. At least she has a plan, you know.
Right.
Right. My sister as well.
Yeah. So then, like, in terms of like socially, my mom was actually she's like encouraging me to go out, like go out to like raves and
Lucky.
like
Oh
to,
wow. That's nice.
it's really funny actually. It's because it was like stuff that she used to do when she was younger, so she kind of already knows. Like, and like if I'm at like home, she's like, "What are you doing? Like, it's your life is so boring." I'm like, "Okay, well, there's no one here. Like, what do you expect me to do?"
Hmm. How about you? How about the rest of y'all? What are your parents'
I mean,
feedbacks?
at least for me, my parents like you're going to university to get a degree and that's it. It's more like, they
Mm.
expect me to go there, just get the good grades and get out of and get like just get out of there. When it comes to like a social, I guess like life, they don't really like they're like, what are you talking about? Like you're not really there for that anyways. And
Mm.
I definitely understand that because
Mhm.
they came here to like hustle or to the US just to, like hustle, dude. So like
Yeah, you
I
feel
definitely
that.
understand that. And yeah, it's just like they're I think that they're like constantly watching my grades, dude. Like they're always on me. And especially because like they made me like do the honors college, which I'm totally fine with. It's like they want me to stay in there and it's like a whole nother like load of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that they care, so at the end of the day, so it feels good to have them on my back. But like sometimes it could be a little much, but I don't mind it
Mhm.
at all.
That's nice.
Mhm.
How about you, Joseph, bro? I know you've had a lot of pressure, Joseph, being again as a
I
Columbia
I
student.
I have I have
I
I have.
swear, dude.
How
Like,
do you know? How do you
man,
know?
everybody's on you,
Who
bro. I'm
told you?
telling you, everybody's on you, bro. Even from like the moment you got accepted, everybody's been on you. So I mean, what's it been like? Having that relationship with your parents, having to move out, all this pressure building up. What's that been like for you?
I know we plan to talk about homesickness like later on, so
Yeah, yeah.
we
Go
can
ahead.
go back to that later. Um, I mean, like you said, like my parents accepted a lot of me. Like Jose said, like they came here to like build a better life for themselves. Like for me, only child, first generation, all of that,
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff. They had pressure on me in high school, definitely, to get like good grades and stuff, and I did, which I'm obviously thankful for. And obviously, I got here, which again, eternally grateful for. But like now that they know that I'm here and that I'm like working my ass off doing stuff and like they know that I do have a plan of like going into journalism and like that's like my main goal.
Yeah.
Grade wise, they've like let me off the hook a little bit. So like they still want me to like be on my stuff, but like they're aware that like oh college has its challenges and that you might not get perfect A's and everything because obviously it's college and it's Columbia, so no barely any people get perfect A's.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're more understanding and they know that I want to be here, that I have a plan, and yeah, they're just more understanding in general.
That's good, bro. And I envy that because dude, I'm telling you, having like I don't know.
No, trust me, Alex. What you're feeling right now is what I felt through all of high school, and I'm not saying that like
No,
it's
no,
a
you're
bad
chilling.
thing.
You're
Like for me,
chilling.
I'm not shitting on my parents,
No, no.
but like it was just always that pressure of like missing out on stuff sometimes because I had to like be better than they were,
Yeah, that's what it was.
and and again being an only child, so I was like their only hope in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just a lot of that. But yeah, I get what you feel though.
Yeah, it's like the thing is for me is that I had that throughout high school, but it still hasn't stopped. Even after, because I gave them the full mission brief. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I sent them. So Reed actually comes with a little care package, and then the care package comes this piece of paper, and this paper says, and it's dude, it's actually kind of crazy because it's like the average
Care package? I don't get
yes, bro. The average they keep with like a t-shirt and like I don't know, keychain, and then this
Wow.
paper. And I saw the paper, and I'm like, wow, this is so nice. It's like a little statistics thing, but the statistics were really not what my grandparents wanted to hear because when they read it, it pretty much said, or I sent it to them actually, and what it says is like it's like the average GPA for the incoming class from high school is a 4.0. I'm like, oh, so everybody's, we're all smart here. And they're like, the average Reed student GPA is a 3.25. I'm like, what the 3.25? What are you what are you talking about? Um
Um.
the only thing going through my mind wasn't even like, oh, 3.25. That means, the school works a little, it's a lot harder than, blah 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 blah. It's, all I'm thinking about is, bro, if I bring home a 3.25, I'm actually cooked. Like I am, dude. I'm so
Mhm.
not back afterwards. You know what I mean? And a large. I gave them the prep talk, and they seem to kind of understand that there's like you were talking about, dude. Getting straight A's in kind of like a very rigorous college is kind of crazy.
It's
Like
impossible.
that
It's
is.
kind of impossible.
Dude, they even have a statistic that's like, out of the 40 years of Reed College's existence, only 13 students have gotten a 4.0, and it's they talk about all this
Damn.
kind of stuff that's like
Damn.
these expectations that, and it's kind of like it was made for parents, um, to kind of prep them for the things that
Mm.
their child will go through. And I guess it's just something that my grandparents really haven't had a grasp of. But
Mm.
thankfully, if they ask for my grades, I tell them that I don't get my grades. Which even that, bro, they were like, "What do you mean you don't get your grades? They have to. It's the law." And I'm like, "Bro, that just chill. It's not just chill." Like, bro. Um, but
It's the law. It's
they've been
crazy.
somewhat more lax. They do see like my effort, like you were talking about, but it's give and take when it comes to my grandparents' expectations. Um, I mean, Juan, what about you, dude? What is your experience
Um, I feel like my mom doesn't really expect much of me. She just wants me to like,
been like? What was that?
you know, is my mic working?
No, it's good. It's good.
So my mom, I feel like my mom doesn't like expect much of me, right? But like, it's fine. She just wants me to like do well.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's like not a lot of pressure on.
All right, that's good, man. I mean, honestly, that's like I feel like for parents, just to want the best for your child, I think that's one. I think all parents, pretty much like all parental figures, have that kind of motive and different ways of carrying it out, whether it's good or bad. But
Mhm.
just kind
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
I think the main thing that they should do is really just communicate that they do want to see their child be at their best. Because I feel like that's something that's not communicated enough, low key. Like, I just don't think students really hear that enough under all the
Right.
pressure that they're going through. Um, Honestly, so switching gears a little bit, I did want to talk about social life because that is something that is very different on a individual basis.
Mhm.
And I kind of just wanted to explore what your guys' social life has been like in high school, campus activities, off campus, social support systems. What does that look like for each of you?
Um, I guess I'll like start by like, or yeah. So I live off campus, so I would say like it's definitely hard to have like a social life back at USF because like a majority of like the students that are in my class are on campus, so it's really hard for me to like build that interaction with other people in my class if I was instead of if like I was like dorming or something. But like there's like some campus activities that I've been doing like judo and jujitsu. I
Mm.
mean I quit them for now,
Is there weight classes
but
in those?
like yeah,
Okay.
um yeah, but yeah, though I quit them for now because like I have to like focus on like coaching and like my job.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's definitely hard to have like a social life if you're like definitely not at campus like 100 or like minimum 75% of the time.
Right.
So yeah.
Social life?
Hmm.
Actually, I would say that I have a pretty good social life at City College. Like, more so than most people.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of people that I knew from high school that came in. And then I also knew people from other high schools that came in.
Hmm.
And then, like, I am like well aware that many people, like most majority of the people at City College, like they don't want to like join extracurriculars or like really do anything. Like I've tried socializing with some people and they just don't want to, you know?
Hmm.
So it's a lot easier to join extracurriculars. So like to even to just join as an officer for like a club, like I'm like I asked like someone like can I like join your club, right? As a
Yeah, yeah.
social media manager because that's usually like the role that I had in clubs. I was usually a PR. And
Right.
then and she's like, "Oh, we don't have that position open, but you could take vice president." I was like,
Oh.
"Okay."
Even
You could take
okay.
Promotion.
I know, and I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." Is there anything I need to do? And she's like, "No, nothing." So I didn't even have an interview, right?
Damn.
I didn't even have an interview. I just walked on, and then I like joined like the tennis team. I literally walked onto the tennis team too
Okay.
because there's yeah that, and then there are also honor societies at City College too, and then like next semester like I'm also gonna get like VP of one of them, or at least I'm gonna try to get VP of one of them. But I'm pretty sure it's like secured because my friend works there, and she's like, okay, like you can have that position afterwards, like you know.
Mm.
And then like I'm also like, it's really easy to get officer positions. It's also really easy to make friends through that because I'm not gonna lie to you, majority of the student body council, like, which is also what I'm trying to join, like they're all Lowell alumni. Like they're
Oh.
all Lowell students that are a year above me, and I know them.
Okay.
So it's really not that hard, and that goes for like other clubs too. Like majority
Hmm.
of them are just like Lowell alumni.
Damn. Okay.
So that's why like my social life is relatively okay. Like I don't like I think the biggest thing with me is that I get pretty bad FOMO. Like especially during like Hello Weekend, like that was like
Hmm.
the worst because I saw like all my friends like going out and like partying and like they had the whole weekend and I was like I was inside studying. The only thing
Yeah.
that we had or that I had on like Hello Weekend that was fun was when I went out with like Angelica and
Mhm.
like
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was fun.
that was the only thing I did for Hello Weekend
Yeah.
because there was nothing else to do.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about you, Joseph? Juan, Jose, Angelica.
Mm, social life compared to like high school social life, lower social life. I think that's how you say it, like a lower social life. I don't know, because everyone here is like in their own world sometimes.
Ah, I see.
Because like we're all blah, 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 compartmentalized. There we go. I can speak. Um, I don't know, because like we all go to it's very like it's a strict routine. Like we all go to classes, then we go to the dining hall, and another class, and library, then dinner, and then back to our dorms.
Mhm.
At least for the weekdays. So like I know people. Like I know like solid, not a good amount, but a solid amount of people.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't say I have like a group of friends yet.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, like I like to do my own stuff like in my
Mm.
way that like sometimes people wouldn't get.
I get you.
So like yeah, so then I know people like I'm not like fully alone, but like I know people I sometimes go out with them and stuff.
Mhm.
But like social life, like just the culture in general here is like really focused on academics and other people that are like fully extravagant on like another, and it also ties into like socioeconomic level because like people who are like
Who got
go
the
to
monies?
international schools,
Legacies.
who international
Who got the
schools, go
bands?
to yeah, who do like 10 IBs. I don't know. Their parents are like the owners of like I don't know X Y and Z companies. Like it feels like they get along with themselves way better,
I see.
and like they are like partying like
There's
10
clicks.
parties. 10 yeah, exactly. There's
Alright,
clicks.
alright.
There's clicks. So like it's a weird social bubble, but I'm chilling with it.
Do you think you
I'm not
expected
going
there?
crazy about it.
Did you expect there to be clicks at Columbia?
I expected it, but I didn't. I knew there would be. I mean,
Mm,
it's the Ivy League. I
I
expected
knew
it.
that.
Yeah, but like it's still feeling the shock of like being there, of like first seeing it, feeling person was interesting.
Mhm.
Because like today, funny story. Like before this, I just and this is also ties into jobs and stuff. But I just finished covering tennis championships at like our
Oh,
tennis
okay.
thing. Then
Tennis?
oh my god, like doing like filming and stuff. It's work study.
Mhm.
I get paid. I'll do it. But like it was weird seeing so many white people there. Like and it's tennis.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, my
And
my
it was
fellow.
and yes, and it was Columbia and Harvard.
Oh man,
Oh
That was
wow.
the game.
that's like
So like seeing that many, I was like, oh god, I feel
Tennis is
no, I
yeah.
can't do
you
this.
felt a little outplaced there.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm
Mm,
not doing this. I'm not doing this.
It's a very rich sport. Tennis.
that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yes, very rich
Majority,
sport.
yeah. Like at my work, like majority, I like coach kids at like a center in the park, whatever.
Mhm.
But like majority of the kids that I coach are like white and like
And rich.
yeah, it's just like yeah, they're rich. They got money. There's this one girl or these two girls actually. I think they're both Asian. But like the dad has like multiple like vacation homes and then like he said I don't know, she said like that her dad was like from Australia or something like that and that he has like multiple like vacation homes that like they're going to whatever for the weekend and I'm like these are like the families that actually go like to ski week, you know?
Ski week.
Yeah. Yeah. Like and this girl was like probably like 8 years old and she was talking
Dang.
about all this. I'm like, wow,
Oh
girl.
god, oh god,
Oh wait, do you
wow.
guys know what a charger plate is?
No.
Because there's this TikTok going around of like this family eating dinner and this girl is eating on a charger plate and she's like being made fun of by the camera person. She's like, "You're eating on the charger plate," and all the comments are like, "What the hell
Oh
is that?"
yeah,
And
yeah,
a
I saw
charger plate is quite literally a plate that's for decoration. That like
that.
I guess
Oh,
like
I see,
yeah,
I just
and
saw it.
it's like I guess associated with privilege and monies, and it's like, dude, tennis and charger plates, bro, and ski week. These are luxuries that I guess I can't afford.
No, and then like there was like this journalism dinner thing that Columbia had.
Mm.
Like it was like this fancy thing, and like
Oh,
they serve like I don't freaking know like shrimp on like
caviar.
I don't know like yeah no like
Oh, not
not
caviar.
caviar but
My
like fancy shit.
bad.
So then you know that scene from Titanic where Jack is like unsure of what utensils to use.
Oh, you mean the part where he's like,
Yeah.
"We're on the Titanic," like that part?
No, not the King of the World part. No,
Oh, okay.
no, not that
Like
part.
when they were
The
having a dinner
where
party.
Paint me like
yeah,
one
we're
of your
having a
French.
dinner party
Okay,
with Rose.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, okay. No, but that part, like, that's how I felt. Like,
Mm.
it's still weird acclimating to like the
Have you ever
social elite
interacted with
of New
like
York.
have you ever interacted like with one of these like legacy kids or like the rich kids?
Yeah, I have in classes, and I
Well,
can,
how
and I can like tell from like the way they talk
Oh,
um,
to not to even to me sometimes, or like how they talk to their friends, and when they talk or like interact with them, I can immediately tell
there's an accent.
I can feel the privilege coming in. Yeah. No, there's this guy in my class that's so British. Like I'm not. No, and he's not one of them. Like he's genuinely nice, but he's so British, and it's the literature class. So he's
Yeah.
like,
he's so British.
so
You're saying all this
in like
wrong.
so in
He's
like
that's not how you say things in
the
the
Where's the
UK.
lamb sauce?
No, so like in the
Oh my
passage we were reading, I just
okay.
had a quick query about the true meaning of the author. I was like, oh god, this is
You know what you should do? You should walk up to him and just be like, "Tell
a
me,
Tuesday in it.
do you like a mushy pea on your fish and chips?" And just see what he, dude. You'll be best friends, like, bro.
I'll be best friends with him. I'll be
Do you
best friends
like
with him.
Yorkshire pudding with your mushy
With
peas?
Chinese.
With a
A
Chinese,
cup of tea.
man, a Chinese. You can't complete a Chinese without chippies, like, bro. Yes, you can.
Hmm.
You could eat any food without chippies. But
Uh,
anyways, going back to social life, honestly, I resonates a lot, with what you were talking about, Joseph. I've definitely taken a step back socially, personally, um, because coming from high school, even recently, because I came back to lead a Kairos retreat. For people who don't know, that's like a religious retreat, and um, I led one of those this school year, and just like coming back, they kind of like know me now as like the person. So apparently, okay, here's the thing. I've led 6 retreats, and bro,
damn.
apparently I'm the reason why you can't lead 2 retreats like consecutively now. Because senior year
Hmm.
I led the junior retreat, and then right after that was
Yeah,
Kairos,
I
and then right
remember.
after that
I
was
Dude,
remember.
the junior
I
retreat was so
remember.
fun.
and
Oh
then
my
right after
god.
I
that was Christmas
remember
break. So I
that.
got 3 weeks of break,
You
and now
remember.
apparently you can't do that anymore. You have to
I
get like
remember. I remember
Oh,
that. I
okay.
remember you did
so.
that. I was like, how the hell did you convince him?
No, dude, but I was kind of like known for like leading the retreats and doing all that stuff. But now that I'm in college, I've definitely, and with changes in like my relationship status, and kind of changes with my certain friendships and things like that, I've definitely taken a step back. I've been more of the way I put it in my Kairos talk. I'm more of a social recluse, is how I like to categorize
Hmm.
myself. Like a regular day for me is literally like breakfast, class, lunch, class, gym, homework, video games, and then that's pretty much like a regular day for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go out with friends sometimes. Very rarely, honestly. I like to go on walks by myself. I like to work out by myself.
Same.
I like to
Same.
and
Same.
honestly, a large part of that comes from me being denied that alone time in high school. Um, being in a relationship in high school, being in a part of a friend group that I'm kind of forced to have. Even if I didn't like some people in that friend group, dude, I can't just stop talking to that one person because we're all in the same friend group, so I can't necessarily
Yeah.
be alone. Even if I wanted
Awkward.
Mm.
to like step back, that causes suspicion. It's like, oh, Alex is being weird, blah blah blah. Like, nah, bro, I just want my alone time.
Mhm.
So now that I
Mhm.
have the
Mhm.
ability to control, I have more control at least over kind of the social aspect of my life. It just
There's
feels
also that part you mentioned about like friend groups. Like, I feel like I got along with you guys because like, oh, I'll bring my mocha out in a little bit too. Um, because like we were all from SF. Like we all have the same like mentality. Like we know how to talk with each other.
yeah, yeah.
And here, like I know a few people from the West Coast, but like it's just so scattered that like there's not like one thing that like binds you together.
hmm
Because like when we were back in high school, we like, oh, we talked about this class and that class because we all shared it. But
Yeah, and
like
we
here
like
we have,
all these people. The world is so small, bro.
hmm especially yeah, especially that stuff. But like here's like everyone has their own classes, like their own majors, so like it's a little hard to find that thing that connects you.
Yeah, for sure. Um, how about you, Jose? What do you think? How's social life been for you in your campus?
I mean, like, there's. It's not like I can't, or like that I don't have that opportunity to make like a lot of friends. It's more like I don't really like putting myself out there because like it was pretty hard for me to like put myself out there when I was like beginning at or starting at Reardon.
hmm
Like it took me like a while, but at USF it's like really different. Like it's not really judgy, but it's kind of awkward.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like a lot of awkward conversations people have in like classrooms, and I'm like, yeah, it's
Mm.
kind of not for me. But I have made some friends. It's mostly through like my clubs. Like I know I've talked to like a lot of the jujitsu guys,
hmm
and normally they're asking me to come like roll around, but I sadly don't have that time anymore because I'm doing like a bunch of other stuff that I do like to do.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's hard to have like a social life. It's just like a bunch of things that I have like going on that kind of prevent me from having one.
Mm.
Alright.
I get you. Okay. Angelica and Juan, I do want to hear from both of you. Um, and then move on to something a little bit more to a different topic. So
Yeah, okay. Well, I think my social life has been easier.
Mhm.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out. My social life's been easier because one, my friends are literally at I've stayed home, so basically all my friends are here.
Right.
So I can hit them up and be like, hey, let's go hang out here and stuff, and it'd be easier. But like in the first semester, I literally didn't talk to anyone besides the people I knew from high school
Mm.
and like friends from other high school. But then it wasn't until like this semester I decided to take like other courses besides like the ones like the mandatory ones.
Mhm.
Like I'm taking like a gym class, which is just basically I have to enroll in a class to go to the gym there. And I'm also in Taekwondo. So those are like 20 things that I'm doing. And I've met a lot of people at like Taekwondo, which has been really fun.
Nice.
And it's like and it's like think about it, like everyone in that although like CCSF is like a exception to it because there can be old as people that go there, and but for the most part, most of my classes have been people that are fresh out of high school, so like they're in the same boat as I am, like socially anxiety wise. So it's like I know like they're just as scared as I am, so that's like a comforting feeling when I
Mhm.
go talk to someone new. But yeah.
Cool, dude. How about you, Juan?
Um, it's it was like really hard for me to like make friends here
Hmm.
because like I feel like the way I've made friends was like through school and like similar classes with people, like have similar classes with
Mhm.
people, and also because like we're all the same age. Whatever.
Right.
Like being in culinary school, we're all different ages. Like literally, someone like had a kid, and like they couldn't attend class because they have a kid, and they have
Mm.
to take care of it.
Oh, I see.
So it's like hard for me to like try and relate with like some people,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Definitely, I could see how that would be like kind of a struggle for sure in your environment. Um, cool guys, awesome. Now, I would like to switch gears. We're hitting around a halfway point into the podcast episode. I would like to now talk about relationships. I think this is a very important topic. You know, being first years in college, depending, it doesn't matter what our relationship status is, but I think it's a very important thing to talk about because people are just getting, even for first year specifically, we're just getting into college. People are either really horny or they're really antisocial. It's people on both ends of the spectrum. So I would like for us to go around, and I can start, and kind of just you don't have to share your relationship status if you don't want to, but um, basically, relationship status and like kind of how you perceive um, relationships in college as a first year in terms of like importance. So personally, for me, I am now single, and in terms of the importance of romantic relationships, for me, I find less value in romantic relationships after my relationship. Um, just because afterwards I was able to find a lot more time to do things by myself. And as such, I was able to be a lot more self reflective because having another person in my life, you know, not to put any shade on said person, kind of blocked me from um, seeing how I can better myself since I was so focused on them. So now that I'm pretty much alone, I feel like I'm able to now better myself and kind of be a little bit more introspective and reflective. So yeah, I don't really put a lot of like emphasis on romantic relationships at this point in my life, but yeah, and I think that'll remain consistent for me throughout college. Not sure though. I'm about to popcorn it. I'm about to cold call if somebody doesn't, and you know who I'm gonna call first. So somebody better step up and save Jose. Oh, I mean, sorry.
What?
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
Jose? Don't
I mean,
be funny.
shoot. I mean, so like I'm single, and like in terms of like importance,
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say it's like the most important thing for me, like out there.
Mhm.
But like I also can't really say that because like a relationship isn't like something that I've really like dwelled into. But I would say like as much as like it would take time away from like some things that I do, it would be like nice to like invest into something like that. But
So you're
it's not
active. Are
something
you
that
actively looking,
I
or
mean,
are
not
you
really.
actively open?
I mean, I guess it's like
Single ladies,
for
please hit up Jose if you're listening to this podcast.
Drop the number, guys. His
It'll be in the
Instagram is
podcast
at.
caption.
yeah, like in all seriousness, it would be cool to have it. But
He's
it's
a
not like
wrestler,
something that like
guys. He coaches people. He's
Oh
caring.
wow.
He's super
oh my
skinny.
Guys, what
god,
He's
up,
super
guys?
skinny.
super
That's
fit.
crazy.
He'll cook for you. Like
He's
he
a
has
slim
like
thick
he knows how
baddie.
to cook.
He's slim thick. No, go ahead, keep
But
going.
yeah, like it's not something like I'm gonna like I guess push myself to look for, but it's like
Mhm.
it's just there. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
good
That's
man.
good. That's good view.
Popcorn it, bro. We're
Oh
doing the
yeah,
popcorn again.
Juan, let's hear it, man. Let's hear it, dude. Let's hear it,
Y'all are
Juan. Come on,
targeting each other or
let's see what you
something.
gotta say.
Yeah.
What's your Jose's
Go
answer again?
on.
Not playing.
Earth to Juan.
Juan, so
Juan's playing
basically,
League right now.
Is it my turn?
yes.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, nah.
So Juan's a League of Legends player, so that kind of says a lot. But no,
Yeah.
Wow.
no, but go ahead, Juan.
I haven't really,
Huh?
Sorry,
Huh?
bro. Stop playing
I
Syndra.
haven't really been like, how do you know? How do you know this?
You're
What does it
muffled,
say?
kind of.
Bro,
I haven't really been much.
you look so focused. Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, just say a name. Popcorn to someone else, Juan.
Jose.
No, say already. did.
You said that, right?
Oh, my bad.
What else?
Alex.
No. Okay,
You went
bro,
too.
bro.
Bro.
Caitlyn.
Okay.
Caitlyn.
I think a good majority of the people like in this have. Oh yeah, I'm single. Happy to be single.
What's 4 times 2?
Quick.
Nice.
I don't know. I really prefer being single. I think it's because like I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 months already since I've gone out of like a 2 year long term, or I guess long term
I would
relationship.
say so. Yeah.
I guess if you consider like 2 years, 2.5 years, but like I feel like I think it was kind of an exception for me, mainly because like throughout like the relationship, it was kind of like I was already in like the depression stage.
Mhm.
So like when I got
Mm.
out of the relationship, it's like I didn't cry really at all. It took me like 2 days to get over it, mainly because like
Gangsta.
he was a piece of
Gangsta.
shit, bro. Like
She's
let
a
me start for real.
gangsta.
Like he was a piece of shit, bro. Like so like I
Oh,
think
oh.
You know who you are. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know who you
probably
are.
still watch this anyways. But like yeah, it's like
Wow.
no, and I don't know. It's like I don't know. Everyone's like telling me like he was not like you deserve better. You could do better. That's what
Yeah.
I don't even think it's because they're being nice either. I think they're being for real. Like I think they're being
No,
for
no.
real. Like
They
you
were
could do
being for
better.
real. They were being
Yeah.
for real.
Oh,
But I
girl.
think
Oh,
being single has like helped me a lot more, mainly because like I'm the kind of person that like I can't do like hookups or I can't date casually. Like
Yeah.
if I date someone, I usually get really attached and it's something that like I like consider as an investment. You know, as an
Mm.
econ major, like if I
Oh.
put some investment into
Oh,
this,
oh,
I don't
oh, wow.
I don't want the market to fall, you know? Like I don't want things to go down and I lose my money cuz like, you know, like
This isn't Wolf of
Wow.
Wall Street. You can't.
no, because like even during my last relationship, like I probably spent over like $1,000 on this guy.
Mm.
God
Like so I'm like I can't.
damn.
Yeah,
Um,
like I can't. Like and like for me, because I'm so invested into a relationship, sometimes like that I mean, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, but like on like in terms of like the bad thing is that it's kind of like it's like what's in the back of my head when I'm like considering like my future, like my career goals, my academics, like um in terms of like oh like at the time like when we were applying for colleges, like I wanted to go to the same college as him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then like I was kind of letting that like kind of interfere with what I wanted to do with my life, even though we were relatively the same major at the at the time. Like I was computer science and he was computer engineering. It was more like like I think I kind of I don't know. It
Mm-hmm.
was like hard. So then like I think just like being single and again being alone and actually like I started going to the gym more and I started doing like stuff that actually like is like helps work on myself. Like I think doing that has been a lot more beneficial for me, especially at this age. And I think just dating in college in general,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's really hard to do that, especially as college freshmen, because I feel like majority of like guys in college, they kind of just they're only kind of looking for like one thing, which is like hookups
Mm-hmm.
and partying. So it's not something I'm looking for. And I
Yeah.
think I've always just been the person that like just never looks for I've never looked to date. Like that's just always how I've been. I've always just let things come to me.
As you should. What's four
Uh,
times two though?
oh my god.
Anyways, um, so another thing I wanted to discuss actually, I didn't hear from the rest of you before we go into something else.
Angelica,
Yeah,
Oh.
only
you're in a relationship.
non-single person. We're all single ladies
Oh, really? Well, yeah, I'm in a relationship. Been with my boyfriend for 3 years, and tomorrow we're hitting 3 years and 4 months. Yeah,
here. Happy
we're
birthday!
halfway together. Yeah.
Happy
Um.
3 years 4 months.
Oh wait, actually, it's the 17th now. So yeah, it is today.
Oh,
But
nice,
You text my
nice.
happy birthday.
yeah. My view on relationships in college, I think honestly, like, I mean, I prioritize a lot of my time with Tommy at like the end of the day because we're in a long distance relationship right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks, but I think because of how our relationship is and we have really good communication, like it's what makes it work. And I definitely think it depends on a different I mean it depends on everyone else's relationship. So it's not all the same, but
Mm-hmm.
we're making it work because we want to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, relationships in college is something like I'm that I love. It's not something that's like holding me back from school. Like definitely school is my top priority right now.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm not letting our relationship, overtake that. And same thing with Tommy. He had a choice to go to UC San Diego or stay here in SF and go to USF or even UC Davis, but he knew it was the right choice to go to UC San Diego because
Mm-hmm.
that's his major is better there and etc. So he's not like I'm not stopping him from doing what he wants and he's not stopping me from doing what I want. So
Hell yeah,
that's why I think a relationship works. But
nice.
yeah.
I think long distance will work if it's the right person.
Yeah,
But majority of the guys are not the right person.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are
um,
certain exceptions.
Juan, I don't know if you're done with your league game. If you're not, that's okay. We have Juan and Joseph.
Thanks.
What was that?
I can speak.
Oh
Like
yeah,
my
sure. So
God.
go ahead.
Go on.
I feel like it's not something like I'm actively looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more like a want more than a need. Like it would be a need if it was like if I was like emotionally same. But like
Okay.
it's more of a want. So it's like, do I really need one right now or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
And it's, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Joseph?
So like everyone or almost everyone on this call, single as well. But I'm also like on the same boat as Jose. Um, it would be nice to have one. So like, I'm not actively looking, but I'm actively open, I guess. That's
Mhm.
a good way to phrase it.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna sound weird, Alex, but like this reminds me of like something from like junior year or like sophomore year Discord calls that we had like back in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always stuck with me. And it was stuck with me. I think it was you that said like this was before you had a relationship with like the certain someone we all kind of know, right?
Wah,
So you
wah.
were like, I think it was you. I think it was you.
That was
You
probably
were
me.
like, you were like, the idea of having like a significant other is like, we want that idea. Like, it's fun to think about. But like, when you have it and then you think about the time that it like drains out of you, then that like ruins it. So like, it's kind of a weird balance of like,
That
it
sounds
would
very
be
wise.
nice to
I said
have.
that. I said that for sure. Yeah, that was me.
It's not even the time either. It's also like the money. Sorry, that's like the most important. The time,
Econ
Man, the
major.
money,
the money,
bro.
the
Bro,
money.
I can't get
The
it back.
market,
Hello.
I can't get a refund.
the
Forget
market.
the time, the money. Yeah, the money, the time, and then the effort. Like
Mm,
that all takes a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to have someone, but like I'm doing my own stuff. Like
yeah.
I feel like if I had someone, it would like take some time away from like my me time and like the stuff like that I like to do for myself just like out of self love.
Is it
Like
something that you're actively? Would you say you're? Are you actively pushing that offer away, or if it comes to you, would you take it?
if it
Or
comes to me, I would take it.
mm,
But like I think I went I don't think I'm gonna force it. Like
mm,
if it comes, it comes. But like I feel like in high school, like I had crushes on people and I was like forcing it a little bit.
I see.
So then like now I'm like, if it comes, it comes.
All right.
It's college.
Yeah.
And then even more here, like everyone again here at Columbia is in their own world. So like it's a little bit harder to like date,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. And like Caitlyn said, it's more of just hookups and partying. And that's where
Yeah.
like everything
Well,
happened.
to any single ladies in Columbia University, Joseph Zuluaga is on the table. He is accepting girlfriend applications. His email will be
Oh,
in.
me too, me too. Me too, me too.
You, you too.
Gotta make it Google form.
Me too.
Uh, okay, me no
Me
though.
too.
Me
It's
no.
crazy.
Me no. But cool,
All the
dude.
emails will be posted.
All the emails will be posted. Yes, it'll be a public listing. But cool, guys.
Make it
Cool. Going off of that though, whether you're in a relationship, which is one person here, or not, which is the rest of us, um, I did want to.
Alex, we covered all the bases for college life, but for relationships, it's like
It's not
so
really. It's
outbalanced.
kind of like yeah. But I did want to kind of talk about how whether being in a relationship or not has kind of contributed to your personal growth basically and development. And of course that's different for all of us, I would say, because some of us have had a recent relationship, some of us are in one, some of us haven't had one before, that type of thing. So how would you say it's kind of affected your personal growth in a way, as a college freshman, at least so far?
Sometimes you gotta fall a little to come back up.
Oh, bars. Kate,
Oh, bars,
Book of Caitlyn
bars,
versus 9.
bars,
No, yeah, I
bars.
think I don't necessarily. I think in the first episode I was talking about like, oh, like I don't know if I regret it or not, or like I don't know if like if
Hmm.
all this was for a waste. But I think now
Right.
that I've had like months to like let it settle, I think like I don't regret it necessarily.
Yeah.
I think it's just like now I know what I don't want in a relationship and what I want to,
Hmm.
like, because I think like for my like he like my ex knew my standards and
Hmm.
they were high at the time. They were high at the time, but I was having a little sale, I guess. So I kind of just
Yeah,
let it out.
discount 30% off.
Econ major references go crazy. Wow.
No, yeah, yeah. I think like being in a relationship teaches you a lot,
Hmm.
especially for like I feel like guys. I mean, I don't know. At least from like what I've seen like on TikTok, it's like they explain how like girls like normally when they go into a relationship. Actually, I heard this through my friends too, like my female friends that were in relationships. It's just like girls go into the relationship like kind of like already knowing what to do, and like or like you know what I mean, Angelica? it's kind of like they know how much effort they want. They know like they want reassurance. They know like
Oh, okay.
Right. They
you
know
know
their
like
self-worth, basically, like what they
yeah.
want and what they expect from the other person.
And I guess it's also kind of like based on like they want I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like they
I see
kind
what
of
you
like
mean.
already know what they want and already kind of know how to act, right? But then I feel like
Mm.
for like most guys, it's like they have to go through multiple relationships in order to kind of learn or like pick up things as they go to learn how to actually be in a long-term committed relationship
So that's
that
me.
would actually be successful. Because I saw this thing on TikTok where it's like guys will be like, oh, like telling the girls like, oh, like you deserve better, like blah blah blah,
Mm.
and then they'll say that, but then they'll be like they don't try to be better. You know what I
I
mean?
see.
So it's until like the point where a guy like is actually better on his terms, like he's actually like doing well, like that's when he'll be ready for a relationship.
Mm. I see what you mean. Actually,
Yeah.
I
Like
think.
for me, like
Oh.
I feel like oh yeah.
No,
Like
no,
I
go
feel
ahead.
like I did my relationship pretty okay considering that it was my first relationship like ever.
Hmm?
But like yeah. I think that's about it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Anyone else want to hop
Angelica?
on the? Yep. Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like every relationship is a learning experience, whether it's good or not. And although you were saying how like a girl has a better insight of what they want, even though they're not even in a relationship or they've never been in one, I still think that um there's a lot to be learned when you're in one. Like I'm sure I've made a lot of mistakes in me and Tommy's relationship. I'm his first, he's my first, but we worked it out, or we know our flaws and we accept them, and what matters is I guess taking the step forward and fixing it for the other person. So I definitely think like if you're not ready to sacrifice or change yourself, or for the better, that is, I wouldn't say, yeah, I wouldn't say you're ready for or for a relationship at all. Like it's definitely something that's very draining. It will take a lot of effort and a lot of time. But if you are in the right one, it's a space for you to grow yourself, grow better, I guess, and like learn more about yourself, but with the company with another person. So I don't know. I see
Hmm.
it as like you don't trap yourself when you're in a relationship. I feel like that's like if you're with the right person, you will grow and you will flourish. Like yeah, it's just you have to find the right one. But it's like you never know. So it's definitely like a learning experience. That's all I gotta say.
Hmm. I definitely agree with that. Honestly, coming from somebody, so I'll speak a little bit on my own personal growth. And I think it offers a lot of nuance since I'm somebody that has recently come out of a relationship. And also as somebody who has the person that basically ended the relationship myself by making a mistake. Um, I think a lot of my personal growth comes from, and this isn't even to self glaze, but kind of like being a level of acceptance that I feel like most guys don't necessarily have. Um, I mean, just kind of like Caitlyn looking at your ex boyfriend, low key. Like when I was hearing the stuff about what he was doing, bro, after your guys' relationship, I'm like, damn, like
I know, right?
maybe I'm on the right track for right now. You know, like
Not even what he was doing like after like, even during the relationship.
during the
Even
relationship.
before like his whole life story like
Yeah, I don't know, but just hearing about like stuff he's done, just hearing about like other guys' experiences after kind of like basically screwing up their relationships as well. I'm like, bro, how are y'all able to just do this type of stuff and just like be okay with it? Because honestly, I'm definitely grateful that like I don't even feel necessarily like sorry for myself for having a level of kind of regret and loneliness after the relationship. I low key am like very thankful for that because I think that offers a level of self reflection that a lot of guys don't give themselves, or honestly, people in general that like mess up relationships because like you see people that like mess up relationships and they'll go to a party, they'll gaslight their significant other and talk about how it was their fault, stuff like that. I just couldn't necessarily bring myself to do that, and I think that in and of itself has allowed me to grow personally. That and also being really transparent, like with you guys. The first thing I did after her and I broke up was I told everybody about what happened, you know, and I told them the truth about it too. That was the main thing. But there was
I
definitely
don't
a lot
even
of
know what happened.
oh, I can tell you after actually, but I'm surprised you don't know. But anyways, um, there's definitely a lot of like personal growth that comes with it as being the person that screwed up said relationship. And I think like Caitlyn, we were on the first episode. One of the topics was like, is a cheater always a cheater? Um, and I think that kind of that motto definitely comes and is like self reinforced by cheaters themselves. Like I don't know how to explain it, but when somebody screws up a relationship and they hear like or they feel once a cheater always a cheater, they're like, okay, well, I'm always gonna be like this, I guess. Or like they feel more kind of like what's the word? Like they feel reinforced to keep doing the same thing over and over, and they don't allow themselves to like change. Like they just don't want it in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does
I
that make
think
sense?
yeah, that makes sense. No, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like that statement is true though,
Hmm.
but there are certain exceptions. But like you were saying, I think it ties more into like their ego
Yeah, yeah.
or like something like that. Because then if like um what is it? I don't know how to explain it, but like if they're not willing to accept the fact, because usually I feel like in the most like generic like situation where a guy or someone cheats,
Hmm.
like I feel like they'll be like, oh, like it was their fault, like
Yeah, yeah.
they did blah blah blah, like they just pushed me to do it, like I don't blah blah blah, you know. But then it's just like they themselves can't push past their ego in order to accept the fact that they fucked up, and that's like kind of the problem that happens. And then so they get into like a
It's like a
relationship
pattern.
again,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's like it repeats up until like the point where they finally realize that maybe they're the problem, you know,
Maybe, just maybe, but like
just maybe you're the problem.
I think especially for like college freshmen and even just like young people in general, that's so hard for them to do. Like, and it's because they're just like you said, it's just an ego thing where they're so self-absorbed, and it's like they'll go to parties and get drunk and stay out till like 2 a.m. at the beach and stuff like that, or they'll gaslight their ex partners and things. It's just like at what point do you allow yourself to actually like look inward? Like you're literally just feeding yourself stimulants so that you just don't have to think about it. That's like the way I see people who do that type of stuff. When it comes to like making mistakes in relationships and just covering it up, it's the same thing as like drinking away someone's problems or something. Like that's the way I. Okay, sorry. that reminds us of somebody, but like it's kind of that type of thing. So that's kind of where my personal growth is. Just kind of acceptance of having failed a relationship and kind of being more introspective. Um, Joseph, Jose, Juan, you might be playing League right now. If you guys want to go ahead, take it away. Talk about your
What was the
personal
question
growth.
again?
Just kind of like personal growth, whether from a relationship or being single or being taken. What personal growth have you experienced your first year of college? Whatever your relationship status is.
Or maybe based on
Personal
what you've
growth.
seen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, on that then. Then going back to the idea of like not like related to relationships, but just like drinking and partying in general. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
see them do that, like I've been to not even a handful, a couple of parties, but not like crazy, like just casual, low key.
Yeah, yeah.
And they've been fine. I haven't gone anyone this semester. I've been some last semester,
Mm-hmm.
but they've been fine. But like when I see the people that like go to one every single like weekend, or like every single day for like every weekend, and they like drink and smoke and do weed and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's your lifestyle, but like I just don't see the value in that.
Yeah.
So then, like you said, you're feeding yourself stimulants, and then like, what's the fun out of that? Like, it's only for like what 4 hours a week, like from like 11 to like 3 in the morning or
Well,
whatever.
some people do it every day.
So yeah, so or yeah, yeah, some people. I don't know who you're talking about, but yeah, but that is true. Some people do it every day. Um,
It's worse when they
it's
make
what?
it their personality.
Yeah, and they post
Mm-hmm.
it on Instagram and stuff, and post it on their
Oh
stories,
God,
highlights,
don't
rut
don't
row.
get me
You know,
started.
that's
Don't get me started. Um, no, but yeah, but personal growth, like, I mean, it's been the same trajectory being single. So like, I wouldn't say it's just a personal growth, it's just a continuation of like being independent and like doing my own thing.
Mhm.
I like doing things on my own. Like, I like weekly. This is gonna sound so weird, but like, I walk from where I am
Yeah,
all the way down to like the bottom of Manhattan, which is
yeah,
like a 4 hour walk. I'm
right,
dead. That's not joking. It's a 4 hour walk, and I'll do it just to. Oh God, hey Miguel.
right.
Um, and I'll do it just as like a way to like reflect on the week
Hmm.
and like clear my head a bit. So that's like the one good thing I do for like self love and self growth that I do. But like relationships, again,
Cool, dude.
if it comes, it comes.
I mean, would
So
you say that you've
yeah.
definitely like, in some way, shape, or form, mentally or emotionally matured from like, let's say, senior year to your
Oh
first
yeah.
year in college? Like, just like thinking
Mm.
about relationships.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, now I don't. I feel like senior year because we were in that stuff. Like it was easy to think about having a relationship because we were all like in that same bubble
Mhm.
that we would see each other every day.
Mhm.
But like now that we're like in college, you meet all these people with new experiences and like different ideas of what a relationship is.
Yeah.
So like, and you're gonna go through so much stuff in general during college.
Yeah.
So like, it's not that much of a who sent this? Oh god. Anyway, it's not that much of a of a necessity
Mhm.
in college because like if people want to go and have one, good. But like I'm gonna focus on my things and do my own shit
Right.
and be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Awesome. Now, new person just joined. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna switch gears just for a moment. What we're gonna
Oh.
do is we're gonna have this person introduce themselves. They're going to say their name. They're going to say either the college they attend or what type of college they attend, their major, and from there they are also going to be hot seated and they will
Okay.
answer 3 questions from the relationships segment.
Mm.
So
Hey, I'm Miguel. You guys have heard me in every other episode so far. Um, you said what college I get to or what kind?
whichever you're comfortable with,
Uh,
confidentiality.
we, I think we said this in one episode we haven't uploaded yet.
Okay.
Or I think we said what we've. Yeah. I go to a city
Yeah,
college. I go to it's a JUCO basically. So
Okay.
I go to a community community college. What were the other questions?
that's it.
Major.
We're hot seating you, right? Oh, major.
Yeah, major undecided kind of, but it's
All right.
mostly like nursing.
Nursing? For sure, dude. Awesome. Now, you are about to be hot
Nursing.
seated for 3 questions regarding relationships. Are you ready?
Sure, I got it. Yeah.
We're going to begin by having you share not only your relationship status, but how you view relationships currently at this point.
You said what was the second part? What was the second part?
Relationship status and how you view relationships at this point in your life.
Right now I'm currently single. I guess right. That was the status, and how I view relationships at this point in my life is that um I don't know. I feel like it's not something I need, but it is something that like having somebody else would be kind of helpful.
Okay.
Like not helpful like oh I need this, but more like a mental standpoint.
Mm.
But yeah.
All right. Cool. And how has the transition to college, your first year, how has the transition to college affected or influenced relationships you formed romantically?
Transferring like or not transferring, but
Sorry?
the I just blanked out crazy.
Do you want me to
Uh,
rephrase the question?
yeah.
Okay, so how has the transition to college from
That's
your senior year to your first year affected or influenced relationships you formed romantically?
I don't know. I don't think there has been too many like relationships, at least romantic relationships that have changed from the fact of me transitioning from being a senior in high school to a freshman in college.
Okay.
And I feel like most friendships in general haven't changed, besides like me not talking to somebody anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not like, oh, I don't like you, so I stopped talking to you. It's just more we're all going on our own paths in life, and you have yours, I have mine, and we can't, with the way our lives worked out, we can't stay on that same path and remain the same way we were in high school. So it's yeah.
Would you say like has your view of like relationships changed? Where like do you value certain things in relationships? Do you even value relationships right
Um,
now? Like
I mean, I've always valued relationships, but um, my view. You said if has my view on them changed, or
yeah.
like my I guess how I thought of relationships has changed just because we're not in high school, and
Mm-hmm.
at least with the way my schedule has been set up for the past 2 semesters now, or semester last semester, now this
Oh wait,
semester.
one sec. What are you eating right now, Jose? Nice. You can keep going.
They're good.
What was I saying?
Views on relationships.
I was on relationships. Yeah. So like they have changed because the way my schedule is set up, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not in class. I'm not like yeah, I do go to class every other day and then Saturday, but like I'm not in school every single day. So
Right.
it's like relationship isn't, oh, I want somebody who goes to my school because then I get to see them every day and at least spend
Mm.
some. Now it's, I want somebody who I feel like individually we can have schedules, although they might not like intertwine very well. I want
Mm-hmm.
someone that they have their schedule, I have mine, but we still like have a way where at least every once in a while we'll meet up, do something, and then kind of talk every night kind of deal. I feel like
Yeah.
it's different on the whole being um what is the word?
Gotta find it.
Being I can't remember.
Uh,
But it's like
a synonym maybe.
I can't think. It's
I didn't say
Like
cinnamon.
being an independent.
not yeah, being able to be independent,
Mm-hmm.
not depend on each other is a really big part. But
Right.
it's the fact that we can have fuck we talked about it on our Kairos.
Hey, what
The
happens on
fact
Kairos?
stays in Kairos.
Yes.
Days on Kairos.
I can't remember the word. It was something that wasn't like huge. It was just the way they explained it that really helped me. It is
What, Tara?
Sorry. Sorry, you can keep going.
it's whatever. But yeah, the fact that we can still have a dude, it's pissing me off. I can't think of this word right now.
Maybe a synonym,
What's the name of them?
Cinnamon.
cinnamon.
I don't know, but yeah, the fact that we can each have our own separate schedules and then
Okay.
still like
Right.
find time with each other and still be able to talk to each other and communicate is something that's, I guess, change. I mean, it hasn't changed, but it's different from the way it was in high school. I still wanted somebody who could communicate. It's just the
Right.
fact now there's life. Like even in high school, there was life, or at least as a senior, there was life. Like
Okay.
people were working and shit, but like now it's a little different because high school life, like having a high school work schedule and a college work
Mm-hmm.
schedule, are like two different things. And so like it's finding somebody who's like able to be like very like adaptable and still make time for you while you make time for them, even though you guys have hectic lives, is something
Mm.
that the way I look at it now has changed.
Oh, gangsta, bro, gangsta. Oh yeah. Last question. Well, it's actually like sub questions. So the first one is: are you actively looking for someone, or are actively like open? And second is: what have you learned from past relationships?
Um, Actively looking, not really, but I feel like I'm very open. Like
You're
I
open.
want to, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Single lady.
Any single ladies in the Bay Area? Miguel is
In the Bay.
currently open. Pause.
hold on.
Oh, pause. Oh, pause.
But go ahead.
Wow.
Carry on.
But Yeah, I mean, I'm open. I'm not like searching and yearning for it, but like
Urinating for it?
Oh,
yearning, yearning.
Oh, yearning.
you're
My
new.
bad. Gotcha.
I'm not like yearning. I need it, but it's like I would want to find somebody who like is just like it doesn't start off as me. Oh, I want to like be with this person. It starts off as a friendship, and then eventually, I feel like those are better relationships in my opinion. Which is
Mm.
another thing to the second question. I think is what have I learned from past relationships? I've gone into some relationships kind of like oh, I want this person, I want this, like I want to be with this person. I feel like after having a relationship where I found somebody who I was just friends with, and then it turned into a romantic relationship, I feel like ended up as a better relationship
Mm.
than the
Gangsta, for real. Thanks, Miguel. Awesome. Thanks for taking the hot seat, or however
yeah.
many seats you need. And jumping off of that, actually, I wanted to go into other top. Basically, wanted to hear what you guys thought about. Maybe things you have learned. Maybe again, some of us have maybe not experienced a romantic relationship before, but whether it's a relationship you're currently in, a relationship you've been in, or relationships you've seen, what have you? What would you say you've learned from said relationship? Miguel, you don't have to answer this one. Again, don't go for seconds. Jose, if you want to go ahead and start us off.
Like what I have learned from like relationships.
Yeah, if you've never been in one, just like maybe what you've seen, stuff like that.
I mean, I feel like it's something you can't like, I guess, like put off in a sense. It's like you're being like relationships, like obviously like you're caring about another person. It's just it takes like a lot of effort to like
Mm.
maintain, and that's not necessarily like a bad thing. It's just like for example, when I was like pushing for like a relationship like junior and senior year, I was always thinking like, oh, this would be simple. We'll just talk to her, make sure she's happy, not do that much. But it takes a lot to make sure that your partner's like happy in a sense. So that's, I feel like, learning from that part of that's like part of the reason why I'm not honestly gonna push for a relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be open to it, but knowing the sense that it takes effort to like, I guess, reap what you're sowing, and like
Bars, bro. Yeah.
it's
Damn, bars.
it's just like,
Bars.
you know, I'm
Foodalations.
not gonna say like sacred, but it's like important. It's something you gotta value, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the only way it works.
Bars, bro. And you could popcorn it off. We'll keep doing that.
Um,
Couple popcorn
I,
pieces.
I think I'm finna give it to
It's not hard. There's.
I'm gonna give it to Juan.
One.
I'm gonna give it to Juanito.
That's gotta be
Can I pass?
Bonito.
Can I pass?
Yeah, of course, dude. You could, but popcorn it to somebody else. You only have 3 options, so don't take too long. Okay, Joseph.
Oh,
All
me?
done.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't hear. Um, what would I say that? Oh, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Kind of like, yeah, like what Jose said. Like, don't force it. Like, you have to be like in a good space to like want or like be open to a relationship. It's gonna take a lot of time out of you, and at least for me, like, yeah, like I said, open to it. Don't do it just because you want one, but like try to imagine that you're gonna spend like quality time with that person,
Right.
and like, yeah, just emphasis on like quality and like how you treat each other, if they're there for you, if they understand like your defects, your positive qualities. It's just that, honestly, because I've seen a lot of relationships, like I said, going back to that hookup thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
that like they just do it just because they like feel the need to like fill that void.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's more important to like emotionally feel connected to that person. Like Caitlyn said earlier, like I like getting attached to that person like fast, like easily,
Yeah.
because you want that emotional connection.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jose, you
I would
okay?
say that emphasis on connect.
See,
Can't
struggling
even
more.
let me.
What you doing?
Let's see. The opening the bag.
Um,
What you
Yeah.
got, Joseph?
No, it's pineapple shortcake bars. Yeah.
First,
Nice.
you probably made that
Awesome.
yet?
That's so cool.
Same second one.
Anyways,
No, the first boy.
Joseph, you could complete that thought, pass it on to the next person.
Um, no, just emphasis on emotional connection.
Okay.
Caitlyn.
Don't settle for less. Don't lower your standards.
Oh, period.
Basically.
Oh, she
Period,
ate.
girl.
Don't have
Damn, bars. Oh,
don't have
bars.
don't have a
Shit.
little sale. Don't don't have a little sale.
No Black Friday discounts here.
No. Don't let someone tell you twice that they don't want you either. See the signs.
Mm.
Honestly, like your
Ooh,
friends,
wow.
your friends and your
Preach.
family, and honestly, not even friends and
Damn.
family. Honestly, just have a little pocket kid because kids are brutally honest. They'll tell you. They'll tell you straight up if they think like, oh, like that, like you're with that, like. No, I'm so
You speak from
Wow.
personal experience.
from personal like my kids at work. They literally saw like a photo of my ex-boyfriend on the back of my phone at the time, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Ugly.
"Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's my friend," because we're not supposed to be like talking about our personal life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right. Yeah.
And these kids were probably like 7, 8, and then they're like, "Why does he look so fat?" And I was like,
Wow.
"That is so okay.
That's
That's
foul.
that's not very nice. You can't be saying stuff like that." And then they're like, "Oh, are you dating this guy?" And I was like, "Oh, no, he's just a friend. He's just being silly." And then like they're like, "Oh, okay." Like
Good.
there's no way that he could be dating you. And I was like,
Yep.
"Okay." Okay. So yeah, kids are brutally honest. If you ever need advice or not even advice, if you ever want them to just like show them a picture like and if they say like, "Oh, they're ugly," or "Oh, they're pretty," then they usually mean it. They're very 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 honest. So yeah.
So your advice: have a child.
Yes. No, not even
Have a child very young. Got it.
just have a
Wow.
pocket child.
Have a pocket child. Like
Have
a
pocket child.
child labor. All right.
Or a friend that's brutally honest.
Oh
They'll
yeah,
just
or a friend
tell you
that's
straight
brutally
out.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
That will
Yeah,
kill your like
that.
delusions in general.
Yeah, I don't know. Know your self-worth before going into a relationship.
Gang.
If you don't have that, then you can't. It's not gonna last. You can't find you can't find your worth in a relationship.
Gang. Gang.
Okay, that's it. Angelika.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, also like know what you want in a relationship. Like, are you dating them just to date? Like, are you looking for something more than just something casual? Like, you guys, like your guys' morals and your guys' beliefs and what you guys want in a relationship should align. If they don't, like, they're gonna do shit you don't want to do, or you don't want, or they're gonna do shit that you don't want them to do because, like, what? I mean, what? Because they don't agree with what you want to do. Okay, whatever I said. But like if you're like gonna go for someone that that's like obviously not gonna take it seriously, like you're gonna put yourself through hell just going through that. So definitely just know what you want. And also like yeah, you have to be mature. Like if you're not like mentally prepared or mature enough to be in a relationship, don't even consider it because if you can't if you can't even handle being by yourself, being content being by yourself, if you're not happy with being by yourself or anything like that, it's going to be so much harder when you're in a relationship. And same thing with like I also think you should be in a good mental state. Like if you're not happy like with yourself and being by yourself, it's going to be so hard or loving yourself that is. Like it's going to be so hard to love the other person as well. So, you have to be in a good state of mind for it. Definitely. But yeah, I don't know what else to say.
No, that's good though. Awesome. I was actually about to ask you guys if you guys would be able to like give advice to people, but honestly, I think this is a really good encapsulation of just like some really good advice to give to other people. So with that being said, well, my 2 cents into this would definitely be low key, or something that I've learned, um, would just to be like, just be happy like being alone, bro. Like honestly, before you even hop into a relationship, like you have to be happy being single. Like you need to like, bro, walk with your like, dude, walk by yourself down like a fucking road, or like look at yourself in the mirror for like 5 minutes or something. You know what I mean? Talk to yourself, write in your journal. You know what I mean? Like you have to be really
Mhm.
real with yourself before you can be real for someone else. I mean, I just find it kind of
Oh,
absurd.
wow, bars.
No, like I just feel
Be
like it's
on that
common
ick bullshit.
sense. No, for real.
Be
Like
real with yourself before being real with others.
like
Wow,
I don't know
bars.
how it's even possible for somebody to be real with somebody else before being real with themselves. Like I just don't see how that's like a real thing. And that's something,
Bro.
that's how I messed
Yeah.
up my relationship. So I speak from personal experience, definitely just like giving yourself your own self-worth before giving your self-worth to somebody else. Because it's like buying half a cake and just giving, like, why not, you know what I mean? It's like buying a birthday cake for somebody, but you eat half of the cake already. Like
Ooh.
what's the point? You know what
Bro's
I mean?
pulling out analogies on
I
us.
know, dude.
Wow.
That's the psychology major right there. That I'm a psych major.
Wow,
What
look
can I
at
say?
you.
Would
Wow.
you want to eat your favorite dessert every day?
If your if your favorite dessert is chocolate cake, would you eat it
Would you
every
eat every
night?
day?
Oh, I probably shouldn't call him. Well, Jose would probably. Anyways, with that being said, I would like to wrap this up. It has been a great podcast episode.
Damn, I
And
quit so late.
with that, Miguel, you wrapped us up last time. Wrap us up
Miguel.
again. Pause. But go ahead, take
Okay.
us home.
Oh, pause.
Sorry for my lack of being in this episode, but you guys have gotten enough of me in every other episode from now and then probably in the future. But thank you guys for watching the episode. We have now, I think after last episode, we now have social media, or at least TikTok and Instagram.
Wow.
So that's very big. Very
There's
nice.
actually a separate person called Mateo Lapuz running that, so I don't hold any credit towards what's posted on those channels.
None of us really have anything. I have the access
Wow.
to it, but I'm gonna let Mateo handle that.
Yep,
So
Mateo
anything
Lapuz.
Growing the brand, guys. Growing the brand.
mostly him. But besides that, all that, we do have social media. We do have TikTok. I think it is Yapcast 1 because Yapcast was taken. But yeah, our social media is Yapcast at least 1 on TikTok at least. Instagram, I'm not too sure. But thank you guys for listening and or watching this episode. And yeah, you'll catch us in the next one.
We're stopping recording in 3, 2, 1.